Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button on your way in. Happy Wednesday. How's everyone doing today? Sound off in the chat. Let's look at some charts. Bitcoin took a little bit of a doo-doo. Kind of poo-pooing on our altcoin gains that we got yesterday. It was a fun time while it lasted. Hey! I am quite a mess today. What's going on, Fahid? What's going on, Drew? What's going on, Zero? Welcome, everybody. What a lovely day. What a lovely day it's been. Tuesday was great, which is why today is kind of doo-doo. That's usually what happens. I'm gonna yell at some kids, man. I'm gonna yell at some kids. It's happening. Happening quickly. Bitcoin chilling 108,594 and 35 cents. Not a whole lot to report. A little triple top action going on here. Bit of a boring slump, if you will. Let's see. When's the last time we saw something like this? This right here reminds me of this right here. With a little, I don't know. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. I'm kind of just making stuff up. Let me see. Is there anything remotely similar in recent history? Not really, actually. Interesting. So we kind of got slumped over at a lower high. We were above the old all-time high for a hot second, and then we kind of poo-pooed below. CPI data came out today. It was lower than expected, which is good. It was only by like 0.1, so it was kind of a nothing burger. But I guess lower is better. John Phillips said, hey, JJ, can you take a look at XRP and if it's hidden bull on the 1 and 2 hour? Yes, I can. XRP is pretty high on our watch list, so we'll get to it. ETH is still chilling above 2750, so I'm still bullish on ETH. We did reject an hour, I'm going to call this a legacy trend line from probably August 2024, October 2023. So if we break above that, that'll be great. We're potentially testing this 2750 as support, using that as our springboard. See, we broke above, rejected, retest, springboard, break above, probably retest, confirm, continue. That's what I like for ETH specifically, but she is down 1.42% on the day. Sol is down 2.46% on the day. Also getting a test of our upper trend line, which is, I'm going to call it another legacy trend line. This one only goes back to March of 2024, though. But looks good. If she holds above on this specific 4-hour candle, looking for it to hold above probably 161.47. But it could always close below and then get right back above, no problem. Total 3 is down, 1.77% on the day. A lot of these alts have this pattern right here with this support that we had earlier, and then we broke below it, and then it was resistance, and it broke back above. It seems like they're all retesting it right now, but we'll see. We'll see if we recouple to the fractal and have to wait until the end of the month. ADA is down 2.66% on the day. We got a rejection at our yellow trend line, or 72.92. Point of interest broke back below the yellow trend line and is currently sitting below 69.97. If we get back above it, that's great. If not, we're still holding above our blue trend line, which is awesome. Exactly what total 3 looks like. As long as we close above that, I'm happy. SNEK is down 2.98% on the day. A little rejection at 27.36. I don't have much to say about this. I'm accumulating heavy. We have an unconfirmed green dot on our market cipher and a confirmed green dot on our momentum wave, which resulted in some decent upside. XRP. Okay, so we're looking to see if we got hidden bullish div on the 1 hour and 2 hour. Yes. This is actually great too. So what this indicates, I don't know if this is hidden or otherwise. I never really learned the difference. I just know that bullish is bottom and bearish is top. So yes, hidden bullish, RSI is down while price is up. Okay. So what you have here, your price is up. The lower portion of your price is up while the lower portion of your RSI is down. And what that indicates is that your RSI is going to continue to grind to the downside while your price continues to grind to the upside, which is exactly the type of divergence you want, because that is a longer term signal. You said stock RSI in 1 hour and 2 hours floored. I'm not a fan of stock on lower time frames. I've seen it literally just kind of flatline for days. So I'm kind of when it comes to stock on lower time frames specifically, but that's just me. Everybody's got their own preference. I'm not going to tell you yours is right or wrong. If you're comfortable with the stock RSI, then that's on you, you know? That's up to you. It's not it's not for me to dictate. It's just not a indicator that I personally use. I've seen people use it and execute it beautifully, like trades and everything. It's pretty. What's nice about TA is literally everyone has their own way of doing it, and there's no right or wrong. There's just different ways. It's kind of like cars. People can tune their cars, they can customize their cars, they can do whatever the hell they want. Nobody can really tell who's going to win the race. Everybody could win at different times. You know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be a race. We can all get participation trophies. But yeah, XRP, you definitely got your bullish div on the 1 hour time frame. 2 hour, yeah, 2 hours really obvious. So with the 2 hour, what you need is a actual reaction right here in order to solidify that divergence. But it is present. The only thing that could happen is if this continues down, then that could invalidate that divergence. So you do need a reaction there in order to validate or solidify that. You do have a confirmed red dot on market cipher, so be careful with that. But yeah, XRP looks good on 1 and 2 hour for sure. 4 hour also divergence, beautiful. Again, looking for that reaction. You need to close a green candle in order to say yes. Price bounced right here. You got divergence and you're good to go. Confirmed red dot potentially played out already. Looking good. I like it. We do like our divergences here. That's for sure. HBAR down 4.05% on the day. What do we got here? See, HBAR doesn't really have. This is what's a little spooky about HBAR specifically. We had this little trend line thing going on here, broke below it, rejected, and we're now continuing to the downside. I would hope 1644 will hold. If I was trying to be bullish here, I would tell you it could potentially be a midpoint pullback, which does kind of coincide where that wick went to. So a little rejection, liquidity grab, blast above. I could see that. I kind of like it. We'll see what happens. SWE is down 2.87% on the day. Currently trading below 342, which is not great. We want to see it get back above that and at least range between 353 and 342. If not, look for 325 temporary little halfway point support. Giovanni said I was looking at Doge earlier. Looked like a cup and handle forming on the day chart. Okay. John Phillips said I opened a 15x. I see the stock RSI at the floor. Nice. Tyler, I think, caught the potential local bottom on Ondo. We'll have to take a look because I actually looked earlier in our WM, which I'm going to start to call, by the way, the waste management pattern because it's WM. Kind of fits perfectly. Looks like it's, or at least earlier, it looked like it was holding perfectly. So we'll see where that goes. SWE, like I said, looking for support at 325 if we do continue to the downside here. RSI could bounce off the 50 as well. Something to keep an eye on. Ondo. Okay. So potentially rejecting at 90. So we'll see if we get our WM right here. Let's wait and see what happens. That'll be kind of exciting. And then we're looking at Sunday. Little Sunday bottom. I could see that. I could see Sunday being a little day where everything kind of slumps and everybody gets all moody again. And they're like, there's never going to be an alt season. Everyone's going to pivot out of their bags. I'll keep the original there. Ondo currently trading at 86.65. See if we find our support at 84, 84, or 83.59. I suppose 84, 84 is probably going to be support, right? Oh, okay. 83.59 is just Tyler's entry. That's the only reason why that's there, and that's why it's a different color. So we'll see if we get our bounce there and get another rejection around 90 and form our M to then get a midpoint pullback to our W neckline to then fulfill the waste management pattern and blast off probably to $1, I would have to say. We'll see what happens, though. Aerodrome down 9.39%. Wow. See, this thing had a sharp rise and then a swift rejection. Could we potentially also have a WM here as well? I don't know. I would actually say that that would bounce at 52 if it did, because that would technically be our neckline right here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Pinlink down 6.7%. Kind of lingering at the same price that it's been at for ages, so nothing really to report on here. RSI is chilling. Momentum waves reset in the middle. And price is mediocre. So is volume. Render is down 7.05% on the day. WM here. I don't know if it could do it still. Could it? It kind of rejected at a really weird spot. Maybe that's it? I don't know. We're kind of cheating at that point. We'll see. We'll see what plays out. If it closes below 4, it could either get right back above it as soon as the close is concluded or head towards 374. We'll see what plays out after the daily close, which contest starts in 5 minutes, guys. Daily close contest starts in exactly 5 minutes, so stick around for that. Polkadot is down 2.45% on the day. Polkadot, not really performing that well as of late, which is great because it doesn't dump that much, but it's kind of already dumped. So we've been kind of sitting at the bottom, like the bottom, for quite some time now. What I would really like to see out of Polkadot, maybe this inverse head and shoulder potential here. That would be kind of sick. That would be a huge move if that did play out. Look for the neckline of 525. In which case, the potential frugal target would be maybe 650. That's what I would look for, I suppose. Nothing really too crazy. I saw the craziest, like, Michigan State police truck on the way home. It was like this, it almost looked like a fire truck, but it didn't have any fire engine stuff on it. It just was like this enormous, maybe like recon truck. I have no clue. It was freaking badass. But I like stopped next to them at the light, and I was just looking at it. I was like, this thing's sick. It was so cool. Never seen something like that before. It was all decked out like navy blue. CAS is down 4.78% on the day. We're getting a little retest of our potential breakout. I don't even know if this counts as a... There's 2 points of confluence on the top and bottom. So, I don't know. Could this be a completely different pattern? That's potential. We got a little inverse head and shoulders possibility here. I don't know. It's going to be a weird one. Definitely interesting to see if we get any kind of reaction off of this upper trend line. Currently trading at 8.6 cents. I don't know if it holds above 8.5, that'd be sick. Let's see if we can head towards 9.7. Avalanche is down 4.39% on the day, currently trading at 21.59. A little rejection around 22.50. Broke below 22.08 and is now sitting actually right at the previous rejection point at 21.5-ish. So we'll see if we hold that as support. That'd be nice. It does look like volume is slowly increasing over time, which is what we want to see. We did have a confirmed green dot down here. I think most alt charts have that confirmed green dot. So we'll see if that continues to play out or if that was it. It was quite a move, wasn't it? Still at 15, was up 20 at one point. Yeah, I would say that that's played out, but who knows? Chainlink is down 3.62% on the day. A little rejection around 15.5. Broke below 15.24, currently sitting at 14.88 right now. I could see this pull back to 14.41. If it doesn't, though, if it bounces where it's at, that would be a midpoint pullback for a liquidity grab and continuation. We got less than 1 minute until the daily close contest. Let's get back to Bitcoin. Go to the 1 minute time frame. Oops, that's not what I wanted. We got 42 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin currently trading at 108,599 and 47 cents. Giovanni said, "Can you take a look at Aerodrome?" I think I did, but yeah, I'll take a look at it again. Jay Shear 2.0 said, "Yo, yo, yo, what's up, family? What's going on, Jay Shear?" Guys, get ready for the daily close contest. I had to take a sip of my chai latte. I think it's too hot. I'm committing. Okay, it's not too hot. It's a perfect temperature. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. The daily close contest has begun. Bitcoin 108,622, getting a little bit volatile here on the 1 minute time frame. Interesting. What do we got over here? So yeah, see, towards the fall we start to pick up no matter what year it is. What's interesting, I'd like to see if we get this 2023 like BART thing going on. That'd be kind of crazy. Going like leading into September, a little September pullback. Is September historically a bad month? Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 3 minutes and 53 seconds remaining for the daily close contest entries. Get your guesses in. Bitcoin currently trading at 108,634 and 84 cents. We got 13 people watching. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Wednesday. Pretty lackluster day for me today. It was very boring. Literally just like worked and then came home. Nothing crazy fun or anything like that happened at work. Nothing eventful. Just a regular boring work day. Let's see. Bitcoin 108,647 and 1 penny. It's so interesting to see Bitcoin at 108, people being bearish still. There's people insisting that there's not going to be a new all-time high, that when they're saying 112 was the top, which I'm really excited to show them that they're wrong when we eventually get over 112. But who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows? Could be anybody's guess. We got Jay Shear 2.0 coming in with the Discord guess of 108,69669. Nice, nice. We got Giovanni Fontes Coming in with a guess of 108,630 and 69 cents. Anybody else, anybody at all, it is completely free to participate, and there's a chance for you to win money. Anybody can play, only one will win. 108,654 and 32 cents out of Bitcoin. It seems like it's really lingering here. It's weird. What do we got? 1 minute and 54 seconds remaining for the guesses. Okay. Anybody else? Make sure you guys smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Wednesday. What is interesting. Trading view indicator says to buy. So that probably explains why we're going down. 1 minute, 21 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin is down 1.44% on the day. Bitcoin dominant still chilling 64.1. We got John Phillips coming in with a guess of 108,627. $108,627. And we got 47 seconds remaining. You know what I really want right now? It's been over 2 years. But I could thoroughly enjoy a cigarette right now. I think. In my brain I could. Whether or not I would actually enjoy it, I have no idea. But I would try. Oh boy. 21 seconds remaining. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. That concludes our guessing for the evening for the daily close contest. We got Shear 2.0 with a guess of 108,696.69. Nice, nice. Giovanni Fontes with a guess of 108,630.69. Nice. And John Phillips with a guess of 108,627 even. Very nice. Bitcoin getting a little bit pumpy here. 108,682 and 14 cents. Since we only got 3 entrants, I will be adding all of you guys to the board here. 108,696.69. This is Shear 2.0. $108,630.69. This is Giovanni Fontes. And look at that. Look at how sideways it gets as soon as we conclude. That's so crazy. 108,627. Ooh. That's very, very close. Close little window right here for Mr. John Phillips. All right. Gosh, Bitcoin is literally just flatlined right now. That is crazy. 108,682 and 14 cents. We got 3 minutes, 22 seconds remaining on the clock. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So while we're waiting, where was I? I think I was on Chainlink. So next is Doge. Okay, I'm not going to go to it yet. We got 2 minutes, 55 seconds remaining. Oh, there we go. We got a red candle. Okay, it's about dang time. We're getting a little bit of a reaction from Bitcoin finally. Okay, I guess it wasn't flatline, or it didn't close flatline at least. There was a little bit of a green candle body in there. Interesting to see. Cheers, guys. Happy Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday, and which means the next day is Friday, which is DCA day. Delicious. Okay. We got 2 minutes, 4 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin 108,662 and 65 cents at this moment. Giovanni Fontes is in the lead. J-Shear 2.0 is actually farther away than John Phillips, but John Phillips has such a small window. If he does win, it'll be quite a miracle. J-Shear 2.0 could still take it. Very, very bullish guess from J-Shear 2.0. But it's anybody's game. Bitcoin 108,645 and 27 cents. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on the clock. $108,645.27, still looking good. Down 1.48% on the day. We're going to close with this interesting looking M formation occurring. 1 minute, 9 seconds remaining. 108,657 and 52 cents. A little bit of a bullish wick at the bottom of that candle now. Let's see where she takes us. Bitcoin is chilling. 108,657, 52. 50 seconds remaining on the clock. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner at this very moment. Giovanni Fontes is in the lead. But anything can happen in 37 seconds in the world of cryptocurrency. Just maybe not during the summer. Because nobody's here. 28 seconds. 108, 657, 52. Interesting. What a small little sample that we got here. And it's so close. Very, very interesting. 10 seconds remaining. Here it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, a little spike to the downside, but still our winner today, Giovanni Fontes, the daily close for Bitcoin 108,645 and 12 cents. Congratulations, Giovanni Fontes, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for Giovanni. With a guess of 108,630 and 69 cents. Nice. Congratulations, Giovanni, on your victory. Woohoo! Bitcoin getting a harsh reaction off of that close. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let me add Mr. Giovanni to the winner's Google Doc. Spam the bananas in the chat. All 4 of you. All right, Mr. Giovanni Fontes going on the winner's Google Doc 2 days in a row. Is he a force to be reckoned with? Are his guesses all that they're choked up to be? Or is this all just luck? Find out tomorrow on JJ's Cryptic Corner. How cool would that be if there was just a transition and the stream ended? A little like old school Batman or something. Mr. Giovanni Fontes has 5 wins at the moment. If he does that 3 more times, then I do believe he will be in the lead. Or he will be tied with Mr. Tyler. That is true. Okay. Interesting stuff. Interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can I... Ooh, look at that green candle. What is going on, dude? 1 minute Bitcoin is brutal. Holy cow. I will say, I was looking for a rebound for sure after the close, because that was a little funky. We got ultra bullish, and then all of a sudden, we got this big fat red candle that was 150% manipulation. But I don't want to speak too soon. We'll see if we actually continue the upside. Congratulations, Giovanni, once again on your victory. Can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 108,630 and 69 cents and an actual daily close of 108,645 and 12 cents on June 11th, 2025. Giovanni Fontes' prize is I'm not ready. A corn dog. A small but girthy corn dog with, I don't know, what is that? Mayo? Mayo and ketchup? It looks crunchy, honestly. It looks kind of delicious. I would totally try it. Maybe not with mayo. I'm not sure if that's mayo or not. It looks delicious, though. Congratulations, Giovanni, on your victory. Enjoy your corn dog prize. You can enjoy it here. You can enjoy it on the go. You can enjoy it in the office. You can enjoy it with a wife, a mistress, a best friend that you're totally not having relations with. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the property. Congratulations. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, "What's up, everybody? What's going on, Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn? Smash the like button on your way in. Happy Wednesday." Let's finish going through our charts while Bitcoin starts to make a little baby recovery here. Very interesting. Very, very good stuff. Congratulations, Giovanni, once again on your victory. We had just concluded Chainlink. Let's go to Doge now. Doge got a little rejection around 20 cents. Is this the midpoint pullback to break above 20? We will have to wait and see. I definitely see it's doing the same thing that HBAR did. We have this lower trend line here. Broke below it, rejected, broke down hard, came back up, rejected. How far is it going to go again to grab liquidity to finally break that? That seems to be the case with a lot of these altcoins. Doge chilling at 19.31. We'll see if she gets a rebound to the upside. Continuation. Polygon Matic Pole. Ooh, this thing got a little volatile on the 4 hour. Very interesting. I did notice yesterday this was the only one that was green around the daily close. It was up like 1.something% from the previous open. So it's currently up 0.22% on the day since the daily close, which was like less than 5 minutes ago. Currently trading at 23.06. She held, okay, so she broke above 22, got a little curl, retested 22, confirmed it as support, broke above 22.9, 23 with vengeance, tried to go for 24, didn't quite make it, little harsh rejection, held 22.9, technically 23, and now potentially continuing to the upside. Polygon Matic Pole actually looks good for the first time in ages. Very interesting stuff. Wonderful observation. We'll see where she takes us. Near down 0.23% since the daily close. It was probably down a couple of percentage points from yesterday's price action anyways. So we broke above 251. Got a little retest confirmed as support. Rode our way up towards 269. Started to retrace a little bit. Did a little bit of a midpoint retrace. Broke above, broke below. Bearish engulfing. Continuation to the downside. We'll see if she holds 251 for support and continues to try to break 269 next. Is this? Technically, no, actually. I don't really hate that because it's doing all these things. You got a little trend ride, break below, rejection, rejection, break above, maybe support, support. We'll see if that's the case. As of right now, I like that trend line. Chili's. Chili's is trading at 3.922 cents, down 0.23% on the day. Probably was down multiple percentages yesterday as well before the daily close. So we got our little 375 support line here that we've been very religiously holding, which is great. Problem is it going to continue to hold? Because it seems like we've rejected off of 4 cents. What's sad about this is like football or soccer was their bread and butter, and FIFA just partnered with Avalanche to like make their own blockchain, I believe. So we may, unless they do a narrative pivot, we may be witnessing the end of Chili's. But you know, we've seen miracles happen in cryptocurrency before. I'm sure that that's not all that they did. They are probably more well equipped than a blockchain that's going to come out like tomorrow. But who knows, man? We'll see. We will see. Giovanni said nothing wrong with small and girthy. I agree. Silver's still a little bit pumpy, a little bit choppy today. 36.30, looking good. MicroStrategy, a little bit it's starting to curl over. Not really too much going on with MicroStrategy. I'm going to call it choppy. DXY, a little bit dumpy, 98.47. NASDAQ, a little bit pumpy, maybe a little bit dumpy towards the end of the day. And S&P, also same thing, a little boring, a little bumpy, dumpy, a little bumpy. We have recoupled to one of our fractals, which is great. We'll see if we continue to hold. Current all-time high, it looks like, is, unless it's at 64.40. What the hell's that from? It looks like 61.46 is the current all-time high. Let's go to the daily and see if that's not correct. No, it looks like that is correct. Interesting. Interesting stuff. So yeah, we'll see where she ends up going. Very close to current, at least local highs. I believe that that's the all-time high as well, but I don't feel like going back that far. Confirming. Bitcoin dominance, 64.15. Interesting to see. We got a pretty harsh red candle here on the daily. Let me go down to the 4-hour. There we go. So we have 4-hour, pretty much all day. I believe this was just yesterday. It was just red on Bitcoin dominance. We do have a confirmed green dot on the momentum wave on Market Cipher. So we'll see if that does lead to further upside. It could have played out right now. I'm not entirely sure about how long it usually takes for that stuff to play out. We could see it kind of flip-flop a couple of times. Could do one of these and then make a move one direction or the other. So something to observe for sure. Total 3 down 0.13. Let's check total 2. Total 2 kind of chilling at 1.21 trillion. See, it's just like right on the verge of a proper breakout. Is this? Interesting. So we got 1, 2, now 3 hits to the top. What's this pullback going to be like? If it even does one, maybe it goes down to 1.17 and then bounces. Is there further support, though, elsewhere? I feel like it would be sloppy. I don't think... Yeah, I think that that's our best bet. Unless we're literally talking back here. It's a familiarization. I don't know. 1.21 trillion, though. We'll see if this is supportive if we go down to 1.17. Bitcoin looking to be potentially green for a moment. Congratulations, Giovanni Fontes, once again on your victory. Let me get my other little window open. Here we go. Quasi said, hello, JJ. What's going on, Quasi? We get some articles to go through really quick. Crypto markets are making history. The Bitcoin ETF IBIT has officially surpassed 70 billion assets under management for the first time. It took 341 trading days to reach this threshold, the fastest for any ETF on record, and has also surpassed the previous record of the 1,691 days set by the gold ETF's GLD, which was 5 times slower. By comparison, for the S&P 500 ETF VOO, this milestone was reached after 1701 days. Meanwhile, Bitcoin has surged plus 57% over the last year, officially crossed above $110,000 for the first time in history. We are witnessing history. Cheers, guys. Let's go. Next, we got... This one was just exciting for me. I'm a big strike maxi now. User deposits scheduled to be deployed later on this week. This is the first step of our expansion plan. Full details will be announced soon. Basically, decentralized perpetual trading on Cardano. They're about to open up liquidity deposits from users. It's going to be huge. It's already huge right now. It's going to be huger, more huge. I'm very excited. Bravos Research. Leading economic indicators have fallen off a cliff, but the stock market is still near record highs. Today, we're seeing big divergence between the financial and the real economy. Interesting stuff. Next, we got the market's recovery. This market's recovery has been truly historic. The S&P 500 has rallied plus 20.4% over the last 41 trading sessions. its third best run this century. During the same period, the Nasdaq 100 has risen 27.3%, its third largest rally since 2002. Only 2020 and 2008 have seen such sharp recoveries over the last 2 decades. As a result, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 are now trading just 2.1% and 1.8% from their all-time highs. We have gone from a historically weak to a historically strong market in a matter of days. Let's freaking go. Next, we got US and China said they've agreed on a framework. We've read this already. Okay. There's a cautious optimism around the rare earths and tariffs, but it still needs approval from both sides. Could this be the start of a meaningful reset in global trade? I think so. Next, we got the market value of U.S. bonds have fallen to just 68% of the stock market's value, the lowest ratio since the 1970s. This share is halved in 1940 years as this share has halved in 14 years as stocks have widely outpaced bonds. I don't know what the hell I was just reading. To put this differently, the U.S. stock market is now 50% larger than the bond market. Since the beginning of 2020, the total market value of publicly traded U.S. corporate entities has skyrocketed 38 trillion or 69%. Over the same period, the value of total debt securities has risen by 17.8 trillion or 40%. The U.S. stock market has never been more dominant. Damn. People like the stock. Treasury Secretary Bessent says if the debt limit is not resolved, it could trigger the biggest financial crisis since 2008. We'll see. We'll see. This one, we got President Trump said our deal with China is done, subject to final approval with President Xi and me. Trump says the U.S. is getting a total of 55% tariffs and China is getting 10%. Not entirely sure what that entails, but we'll see what happens. Coinbase said tomorrow the next chapter of Coinbase starts, and the biggest names in the industry are kicking it all off. This is the 2025 State of Crypto Summit, live streamed here on X. Very cool. We got Shopify. David Sachs is going to be there. Emil Choi from Coinbase. Koto Management guy is going to be there. Circle. BlackRock, a pro athlete, and the CFTC, and more people, I guess. It's going to be a cool time. We got Senator John Thune says cryptocurrency is here to stay. And this time, it's time that we bring it to the mainstream. Hell yeah. Kobayashi letter published. While May's CPI inflation was 2.4%, inflation is much higher in many basic necessities. Gas apparently went up. Like utility gas. Car insurance went up. Meat and eggs went up. Car repair inflation went up. Electricity went up. Homeowner inflation. Rent inflation, food away from home inflation. What the heck is food away from home? And hospital service inflation. Interesting. Coin Bureau posted, Trump calls on Fed Chair Powell to cut rates by 1%. Will Powell listen? I think Trump needs to just stop saying these things, and then Powell will finally do something. J.D. Vance said the refusal by the Fed to cut the rates is monetary malpractice. Right here, Vice President J.D. Vance says that Jerome Powell will soon be forced to cut rates. Markets will explode. It definitely seems like they're just sitting on their hands for no good reason at this point. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not a patient person. Elon Musk posted, I regret some of my posts about President Donald Trump last week. They went too far. Isn't that adorable? President Trump says a court ruled that the U.S. can use tariffs to protect itself against other countries. Love it. Our deal with China is done. Okay. Yeah, this is what we read earlier. 55% tariffs for the U.S. and 10% tariffs for China. U.S. inflation rises to 2.4%. Vice President J.D. Vance says the Fed's refusal to cut rates is monetary malpractice. This definitely seems like they're setting it up to boot Powell, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, President Trump calls for 1 full point. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says so many new trade deals are coming. Very cool. Elon Musk called President Trump privately before issuing public apology, according to the New York Times. Also very cool. Kind of funny, honestly. Treasury Secretary Bessent says crypto stablecoins could lock in U.S. dollar dominance. Elon must have seen what they were doing to all the people in L.A., and he's like, I don't want to get sent home like that. I'm so sorry, Mr. President. U.S. Senate votes to Advanced Genius Act crypto stablecoin bill. Very cool. President Trump signs executive orders to create flying cars pilot program and accelerate domestic drone production. Also very cool. U.S. House votes to advance first phase of Elon Musk's Doge cuts, slashing $9.3 billion from USAID, NPR, and PBS. The bottoming process on the altcoins is taking place. On others, Bitcoin and others 3 versus Bitcoin charts are massive bullish divergences, and the markets continue to show strength, though which the confirmation increase for those statements. Very cool. We'll see what happens. That's from Michael Vendipop. And then we got our final article. I didn't realize we had this many articles. The next altcoin supercycle starts in 3 days. A lot of people are calling for June 15th, which I thought was quite an interesting random date. But it seems to correspond with everything else. So I noticed this pattern in 2021 and turned $800 into $220,000 on low caps. Even bigger alt season is coming in 2025. I won't miss my second chance to reach 1 million. Here's a list of altcoins. I mean, to be fair, if you had 220K and you haven't turned it into 1 million already, that's kind of... You definitely could have just bought Bitcoin at the bottom. I'm just saying. But we'll see. We'll see if we get our 275x or if we even get our alt season. It should be a fun time. I think it's coming. Do a quick portfolio update. Before that, let's go take a look at Bitcoin. A little bit red, 108, 618, and 31 cents. Nothing really big to report. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is currently down 60. Is that 66 or 77? $77. Not looking too hot. Not doing too bad though. Currently being held up by Proppy, Render, Fetch, Sol, and ADA, being dragged down by Ondo, Near, Shib, Aptos, and Doge. Still looks relatively the same. All the standings are lined up perfectly. Memecoin portfolio still in profit, $40. SNEK still the worst performer. With holding this whole thing up. Whip and Pepe actually holding it up very well. And then last but not least, my favorite, the narrative portfolio, which is made up of 1 meme coin, 1 artificial intelligence coin, 1 real world asset coin, 1 decentralized physical infrastructure coin, and 1 gaming coin. It is in profit, $144.97, and it looks great. Only 1 asset is in the negative, and it's only in the negative $9. So looking good. Super stoked. Bitcoin is boring. Let's check the liquidation heat map. Whew. Yeah, I mean, there's no way they're not going to come up here and take this. You kidding me? 109, 625. I'm going to go just, I guess, next right here, 109, 953. Right here, 110, 529. Let's get the big guy. Right here, 111, 351. Let's make this a little bit thicker. Oops. And then let's do the one below. Straight below right here. 107, 981. And let's make this one a regular size. There you have it. That is where we currently stand. As far as liquidation heat map goes, congratulations, Giovanni Fontes, once again on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting a little bit green right now. Looking good, looking good. Not a whole lot to report on my end, if I'm being completely honest. Everything's pretty quiet. Cheers. Delicious. I wish I could like make that cold and it still tastes good. What do you think? Do we think we're gonna turn green and close green tomorrow? I think we got the potential to do that. Where is total 3? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I honestly could see us just starting to go up now. Looks like we had a nice little retest continuation. That'd be nice to see. We could always break it though. I'm not sold on anything. Tony Rosa said DCA today. Nice. I think I DCA'd. I don't remember. I broke my rule and DCA'd like randomly. It was like 2-3 days ago maybe. It was super random, but I couldn't I couldn't not. Everything was like way too exciting. What up, JJ? How are you, sir? I think I'm tired. I think I'm incredibly tired. I do, however, have 2 assets that I'm super stoked about. We got a Bodega on Cardano, getting a little bit of a retrace, no biggie. And Strike on Cardano, also getting a little bit of a retrace, no biggie. I will be buying the ever-loving crap out of both of these because I just made so much money on them. And I plan on making so much more. Bodega is literally Polymarket, but for Cardano, it is a decentralized betting platform. Huge, like, sports season bets going on right now. They are just breaking records for their liquidity and total value locked and all that. It's insane. Strike, similar fashion. Doing a whole lot more as far as market cap goes, but Strike is a little more generalized. It is just decentralized perp trading. So people just love gambling. That's the bottom line, is people love gambling. Cardano finally delivered on that casino concept that they pitched in Japan in like 2017 when they freaking launched. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said PPI tomorrow. Maybe we'll get a little pump. Is that what it stands for? Pumpy. What does the second P stand for? Pump. I don't know what the second P would stand for. We'll have to come up with an acronym for that some other time. Baha said, how big can crypto altcoins in the top 100 do through Kermit's market cap is 1 billion? What? Dang, got retracted. Congratulations, Giovanni, once again on your victory. Enjoy your corn dog. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said producer price index. Yeah, but I'm trying to come up with an acronym for pumping our bags. Produce, pump, inside. You guys are saying what it actually is, though. I was just trying to make something up. Pump producing insemination. That sounds gross. I don't know, man. Not a whole lot going on. I think I'm extra sleepy, which is weird. I got like really tired as soon as I got home. Very strange. I think I got too much sun. I think I'm gonna call it. Baha said, how big can crypto altcoins reach in market cap in the top 100 if they are currently 1 billion? In the top 100, if you're trying to be reasonable, I usually just like to go to CoinMarketCap and check there and check the top 10. Tron, I'm sorry, I'm one of those people that's ignorant to Tron. I'm not a fan. I think Justin Sun is a scammer, and this thing's sitting at a $26.4 billion market cap. Literally zero people talking about Tron. I think is a complete fabrication, but it's whatever. Tron is sitting at 26 billion. If you take it even further, let's go to like Toncoin. Toncoin is another scam. 7.9 billion. That's how high a $1 billion coin could go in the top 100, reasonably. Anything at 1 billion, it's very easy for it to 5 to 10x, especially in a bull market. As long as they got the publicity and the marketing, I think you're good to go. A lot of it boils down to marketing, unfortunately, in crypto, which I think is why certain projects tend to fail out of nowhere. They don't take marketing seriously at all. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, please pump instantly. That's great. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm too tired, man. That one's brilliant. Please pump instantly. That's perfect. I love it. Please pump instantly. Congratulations, Giovanni, once again on your victory. What else do we got on the top? Picoin. This thing kind of... Where was this before? Baha said, when you mean 10x, you mean in market cap? So 10x in market cap would also 10x the price. Unless, of course, they inflate it as it's 10xing. You know what I mean? So if they doubled... So if you're at a $1 billion market cap and it goes to a $2 billion market cap, and it's a $1 coin, it would technically be $2 unless they doubled the supply. Then in which case it would still stick to $1. Quasi said, I have an insider for you. What you got? John Phillips said, how do you put those price lines on your chart? You just type the price and they showed up? No. So if you're trying to do the specific price, you have to go, if you're on TradingView, go over here. It's usually going to show trend line. You click on the little itty bitty arrow right there. And you click on horizontal line. And then I just double click. And then it tells me the coordinate. And I can type in 108,895. And then it'll go to that exact price. And I can double click it again and go 108,950. Or double click it again and go to 109,800. You can put it wherever you want it to go. You're welcome. What do we got? What do we got? Tyler, let's go look at Tyler's entry on Ondo. His entry is at 83.56. Oh, he's still in profit. That's good. We'll see if we start to get some green or not. Bitcoin's trying to make up its mind right now if it wants to go up or down. Our momentum wave is reset, chilling in the middle. RSI is sitting right above 50. Quasi said we're going to have a mini altcoin rally for the next 4 to 5 days, but after that, after 16th of June, market might take a crap in its trend. See, I've actually heard the opposite. Maybe not the opposite. I've just heard that alt season and the bull market starts June 15th. So I would not be surprised if we get a little slump until then. And I have zero information to support that besides everybody on Twitter just saying that. I personally am looking for nothing to really happen until like mid to end of this month. Which I guess is technically, what, 7 to 10 days away, so. I don't know. I just found out that I have a doctor's appointment on Friday, which I totally forgot about. I thought it was next week. Apparently it's this week, which is, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I think it just means I get to come home early, which is kind of exciting. Picoin. Yeah, what the heck happened to this thing, man? People just, I guess, cashed out. I thought it was like the next millionaire maker. What in the world? Quasi said, I suggest we book some profits in coming days, at least 20%. That sounds crazy. I'm kind of a weenie. I'm gonna just keep building my bags. Everyone's got their own plan though. I'm not gonna sell shame. If that's your plan, then by all means. So just in case the market drops, we're gonna buy low. I got dry powder for that. But I do like the concept. I like the planning. People that have a plan have nothing but respect for me. People that don't usually like lash out and they get all weird. Do like, oh my gosh, this sucks. Crypto's dead. John Phillips said, how much SNEK you have? Enough. Actually, not enough. I need more. I'm something of a SNEK cultist, I would call it. In which case I can never stop buying. Tony Rosas said, watch Crown Crypto for the super nerdy macro charts / stats. Sure. John Phillips said over 1 mil. I'm not gonna specify how much I have, because that's how people get kidnapped and mugged and all kinds of crazy stuff. You guys can imagine how much I have. All right, folks. I made it past the 1 hour mark. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm probably going to call it an evening. I don't know why I'm really tired today for some reason. Not a whole lot going on. Bitcoin just kind of doing its little slumpy thing, which is sad. Wednesday's usually a good day, but not so much today. Unfortunately, this looks very similar to this. Hopefully that's not the case, but we'll see what happens. How long did this take to play out? 15 days? Oh, that stinks. That stinks so bad. Hopefully that doesn't end up being what we're going through right now, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Tony Rosa said JJ put $10 on it. What, Crown Crypto or SNEK? Anyways, folks, as always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Wednesday. Smash the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. Tune in tomorrow for the daily close contest. And have a good night.